Hello, thank you for joining me for Lunch and Learn today. I'm Keith Armour. I'm the Education Homework Support Manager down here in the Adult Learning Center at Maine. We are going to, during the entire month of September, look at all of the 21 resources that we have to help with homework. Labor Day's over, and now it's time to dive really head first into all of schoolwork. So if you are a student, or if you are a family member that is helping a student or a caregiver, please, this is part two. We've already done part one, but with 21 resources to help with homework, we're going to have to use the whole month to review all of those. We're going to go over ABC Mouse today. We're going to dive real quick, a little plug in for Homework Help Now, and a couple of other ones that we're going to try to get to. We're going to try to get to as many as we can today. And I'm also going to do a little plug for the classes that we have down here at the Adult Learning Center. Now, they're not actually here in the center at Maine. They're going to be virtual, but we still have some open spaces for those. So I'm going to show you real quickly on the events calendar where to find that and how to sign up. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Homework Help part two of our 21 resources we have for helping students. All right. All right, you should be seeing our wonderful new website, which is still at the same address, cincinnatilibrary.org. And of course, for today's Lunch and Learn, we are going to talk about part two of our series on homework help. But before we do that, one thing that we want to point out is our free meals for youth. I'm going to click right over here in the events. And this starts next Monday. And it's going to be for anyone who is ages 1 through 18 is eligible to receive some free meals. And they're going to put it in a box, and it's going to be 7 dinner meals and 7 snacks. And they're all shelf stable. So, and they're ready to eat as well. And it's going to be at these locations here. So check that out. It is going to be every Monday for a considerable future, just to make sure that people and children definitely are provide some nourishment during this crazy time. And this is with our partnering with the UMC Food Ministry. They do a great job, and check that out. That is starting next Monday from 3 to 5, picking up 7 dinner meals and 7 snacks for children ages 1 through 18. And once again, you can find that out in our events calendar or right here on our front page. But we're here for research databases, our fancy word to say that we put all of this stuff together that is really reliable information, and we're focused on homework help. We did homework help last week, and so it's right here under areas of interest. We click right here. But there's 21 resources. So with 21 resources, and only a short time for Lunch and Learn, we're going to go over a few more today, and then we're going to finish out the entire month of September with doing research databases for homework help. And these are all a click away, and also remember that all of this is reliable information. It is all reliable information. I cannot emphasize that enough. It is not something that you're going to read just by hitting Google. You can find some great information on Google, but these are resourced. These resources are vetted, and they are checked. They are double checked. So let's jump in. I know I passed over ABC Mouse because it is only available inside the library, but we do have 37 branches that are open for in-person service. So if you're coming in with your child who's either 2 or up to 7, this is a wonderful resource. It has, like it says, 4,000 learning activities. Let's just dive in real quick. We're going to go ABC Mouse. And you pick an avatar, and they have several different ones, as you can tell. And this is what I kind of looked like when I was a child. And then you click there, and you pick your age. I'm going to just pick 5, and then hit start.
Go to the map.
And now there's all of these different areas where you can
Go to
go.
the map.
We're going to go to the map. And nice captivating animation. And we're going to go to the learning path. And we're going to go to the
Click on
first
the next
activity.
activity.
And the first activity for this
Zoo
person,
number
this
Poppy
child,
Peak. 1
who's
to
5,
5. Pop
would
all
be
of the
to
number balloons
just
to see
make
a
sure
special
that they
puzzle
know their
underneath.
numbers,
Play.
double check their numbers.
Start by popping every balloon with the number 4.
So if I click the number 4, I'm popping all those buttons. If I click to this balloon that has a 1, it's going to tell me the number, but it won't let me pop it. Only letting me pop the balloons that are 4. Once this is all finished, what will happen is there'll be a puzzle, and a puzzle that they'll put together, which is a really good thing for children to do as well. We're going to go back to home, and we can go to any of the different sections.
Welcome to the zoo. Now click on the zoo map to visit the animals, or click here to find zoo games and activities.
And we can pick the games, and you can see there's a whole bunch of different games.
1 through 10.
Big and small
zoo letters. Big and small zoo letters. Hi, welcome back to the zoo. So far, you've seen lots of animals and learned your alphabet too.
So you can see you could be browsing the collection at one of our 37 branches, and your child can be on ABC Mouse, being occupied while you're getting other materials for them to work on. So I highly recommend that you check out ABC Mouse when you're in the library. It will really keep your child engaged. So we've gone over ABC Mouse, Biography and Context, Culturegrams, Explora, FactSite, and Gale in Context Elementary. And of course, we always want to put a plug in for Homework Help Now. Homework Help Now has tutors from 7 days a week from 2 o'clock in the afternoon until 11 at night. There's live tutoring here. You just click there, and then you select the grade, and then you select the subject, and then you directly get a live tutor. And the other features that I want to point out is the writing lab. You can submit an article, you can upload it, you can add what the article is about, and then within 24 hours, it would come in your message center that's on HelpNow. So you would have to create a login, and you would have someone that actually is rereading your information and your essay. They're not going to write the story for you or for your student. And if you are a student, I'm just letting you know, they're not going to write your story, but they're going to make your writing better. And the last thing I want to point out real quick is Skill Surfer. It has a whole bunch of information, especially on the top 5 subjects: reading, writing, math, social studies, and science. So that has a whole bunch of stuff on there. So please check that one out. But we're going to dive into this one right here. Now, MAS Ultra School Edition, it says right here, designed specifically for high school students. It has databases, popular magazines, reference books, primary sources, and many subjects, including history, science, and health. You can read that right now. It has lots of photos and maps and flags. I do want to point out that this one, master file, middle school search, and primary search, and topic search, we're going to go over all of those by simply clicking on this one. Now, they all look the same, the MS Ultra, the master file, the middle search, the primary search, and the topic search. They all look like this. They all have different ways to find the information, ways to narrow your search. You can get a full text. This is narrowing your search for the publishing date. And then you can even request a quick view of the article that you're looking for. They also have some other things over here, publications, and even Lexile reading level. And then these are the types of quick views of maps and diagrams and charts that you might be looking for. But I know you're saying, well, okay, I see Mass Ultra Search School Edition, but I don't see the other ones you just mentioned, like middle school search. If you move your mouse right over here to choose databases, here are all the other ones that are highlighted, and let me just go through them. Here is master file. Here's middle school, or middle search. There's primary search, and then there is topic search. And those are the 5 databases that are on the homework help page of databases. Some of these other ones are useful, but they're not necessarily useful for homework help for students, kindergarten, all the way up to college. But overall, this search engine right here has 40 different databases. 40 different resources that you have access to. I remember as a teacher, I would use Eric a lot. And then there's all these other ones as well. But not a lot of homework is going to center around hobbies and crafts, but there's a reference center for that as well. So we're going to look at these 5 resources very quickly, and we're going to hit OK. And so we're looking at all of these. Now it still has this right up here, the MS Ultra School Edition, but when I say show all, there are all the other ones that I was talking about that are on the homework help area. Now we're going to type in, oh, before we type in something, I do want to point out a few things up here. You've got a new search, you've got subjects, and you've got publications, you've got images, and here, if you're just looking for an image, these are great to choose. It has an American dictionary and a children's dictionary on here as well, and then it has a whole bunch of indexes as well. You can create a sign-in. Let's go ahead and click sign in, and it's a real simple process. You just have to create one. So to create one, you just fill out your first name, your last name, email, confirm your email, simple password, a secret question. Now, I know some of you are thinking, well, why would I want to do that? Well, the next feature on here is the folder. And I'm going to show you in a moment how you're going to use your folder. There's some preferences here, and there's some different languages. I was kind of disappointed in the different languages feature. I'll show you that in a minute, but it just really changes the words that are on here. So let's get that out of the way. Let's change it to French. And you'll notice all of the main topics are all in French. But a lot of the publications that I came across seem to be in English. But this would be helpful if you're searching for it a different way. And then there's a help feature too. So let's type in World War II. Oh, it will even give you some suggestions instead of just saying World II. And I'm going to hit search. And so here's a whole bunch of stuff. Now remember, I'm searching all of those 5 resources, and it's giving me this many, 88,900 different resources. And these are resources that students, you as a student or you as a parent, can rely on, that this is accurate information that you can use in a report. There's all sorts of different features over here. You can just narrow your search by doing full text. You can look at just magazine articles, and you can see the bulk of them are magazine articles and journals, and there's even more down here. Look at all of these that pop up as well, okay? And remember, we're looking at all of these databases that are here. And there's other ones that you can look at as well. Now, because I put World War II, it should be showing me articles that are on World War II. And so if I want to click on this one, The Last Voices of World War II, and I could listen to the article that's right here, and it's pretty long. Or if I'm just gathering information, I can come over here and use the tools. And this is what I think is really cool. You can add it to your own Google Drive. So if you have a Google Drive, a Google account and a Google Drive, you could just go ahead and add this resource right there, this article in your Google Drive. You could add it to your folder. And when I click add the folder, you'll notice up here, now there's a little document. When I click on the folder, there is the document. So I could read that later. I wouldn't necessarily have to read it now and decide. I could print it. I could email it to myself. I could save it. I could even just look for the site. And then I could add the link. This is a permalink that will go directly to this article. So if you're doing a presentation, if the child is doing a presentation and needs to put something in to verify this came from this particular article, you could add that. You can listen to the whole thing and you can even add some translation to that. Let's hit translate. I didn't. I wonder what that feature is. Oh, I have to choose a language. Okay, now I get it. Sorry about that. Let me change it to Spanish and see what happens on translate. And there's the translation in progress. And there it is. Okay. I apologize for that. I did not see that feature when I was previewing all of this earlier. But isn't that cool? The whole article now is in Spanish. Um, and still, you've got English up here, but the article itself is in Spanish. So you could study that later. Let's go back to our original search. And you'll see there's some videos here. And you can have the full, let's go into this all on all fronts. This is a PDF full text. And it even tells you the size of the article. And this is 5 pages. This is an article from, Lord, it's from the August-September issue of this year. And there's the entire article. And it's from Canada's History, from their Historical Society. And once again, I didn't have to read all of this at first. I could just go ahead and save it in my folder and read it for later. So this has all sorts of different things. And once again, I want to point out it has 40 resources here, 40 databases. Now, the 5 that we looked at are the 5 that really would help a student, kindergarten up to a college level. Some of these other ones might work a little bit better with college, but these are for students kindergarten all the way up to high school. So check that out. You don't have to click on each different one in the list of homework help, but you can definitely look at them all at one time. So that's why all of them look the same when you click on them separately. So I'm going to come back and go back to the main page. And so here I was clicking on MS Ultra School Edition, but I also included master file. But let's click on master file and see it just shows it's master file, but it still looks exactly the same. And when I was first doing this, it kind of confused me. I thought, okay, well, what's the deal? But you choose databases and there it is. And you can add other ones as well. This is a great resource. It is a great thing to be able to find that information. And, you know, like I said, like we just saw, we saw an article that was from a magazine that was dated August, September. It was their August, September issue of this year, 2020. So you're going to get the newest information as well. And it's just got millions of photographs, lots of maps, but lots of popular magazines, reference books, and all of that as well. So we took care of 5 right away on those. And so let's move down real quick to Novelist Plus. Now, Novelist Plus is a great way for kids to and you to try to find books that they might be interested in. A lot, our catalog is great, but a lot of times it's nice to see all of these features over here. These and it divides it into ages 9 to 12 and ages 0 to 8. So this is for Novelist plus K through 8. And so if I was going to look at the 2020 children's favorites so far, here's a list of children's favorites. And all you have to do is click on one. Let's click on Can You See Me? And it gives you a nice article. It gives you some reviews right down here. It gives you a little bit more information about the book. And then, of course, it lists some articles and other things that it might have been featured in. But it gives you a nice synopsis of what the story is about and the themes. And I think it even gives you some read-alikes over here on the right-hand side. It's a great feature because a lot of times, you have a child that gets so involved with one particular type of book, and the next thing you know, they don't really want to look at any other books. They just want to, they keep going back to the same one, which is always good for the little ones. But as children get a little bit older, we want to make sure that they kind of expand their reach with the genre of different books that they're looking for. And this is also great when it comes to homework because they can find information about a book to help them with writing their own book report about a particular book and see what other reviewers are doing. But this is essential because it has fiction and nonfiction as well. And here's some nonfiction favorites so far. And those are some of the favorites. And you're going to be able to find these books in our collection as well. So you can find it and then reserve it as well. Up here, you can browse by genre, appeal, and award winners, especially for working with youth. There's some quick links, so you don't have to go through all of them. There's even grab and go book lists. Let's take a look at that real fast because we're running out of time. But, we're dealing with a lot of things right now. And here's some really quick lists of different books. Here's some STEAM, classic realistic fiction, but it's going to break it down by grade level as well. And I can't emphasize this enough. Please, please, please. I know that kids are back in school, but the more that they can do a little bit of pleasure reading for themselves, the better overall their school work is going to be, because the stronger reader they are, the better that they're going to be. And take that from an old primary school teacher. Kids that read and get read to do so much better in school. No matter if it's virtual or in person or blended learning, keep them reading for pleasure, and this is a great way to find that material for them. Lookalikes, you can share your results, you can learn more about this. You can even have a sign in, and you can even put a folder as well. But this is a great resource to have. And they've even broken it down for some teens as well that is on here too. So please check out Novelist Plus. I know we're running out of time, so I'm going to go back. I do want to do one little plug for the classes that are still available in the Adult Learning Center. We're doing them virtually. And I just want to do a quick plug for that. You go to all events. And this is our event calendar. And there's so many things that are happening. One thing that I read that was really cool that's coming up, let me see if I can find that. I think I'm going to look by date, and I do believe it's on the 29th. And outdoor story time. Yes, there are going to be some outdoor story times that are happening at different parks. And I'm going to get more information for next week's Lunch and Learn. But I saw that, and there's a whole bunch of outdoor um, park locations that are going to do some story times. And I think it's going to happen on September the 29th, but I will double check with you. I will double check later. Okay, we're going to go to adult education here under event types. And you'll notice we still have some signups for our Life 101 Do Your Research. Oh, registration's closed. I apologize. That's already closed, which is great. Chelsea does a great job with that. Nicole does a great job with ESOL Art. And we've got the digital world, understanding the digital world. Citizenship is still open. Social studies, preparing for HSE social studies and reading, that is still available too. And there's another one that we did, and I'm going to highlight this one. This is going to be every month, and it's coming up October the 2nd. And it's going to be a Zoom meeting, but it's to help people if they have any questions about how to apply for Medicaid, food stamps, or if they're eligible for different resources that are in the community. A lot of times people are just now needing food pantry and they don't know really where to go first. So come here, learn a little bit from Dina. She knows a whole bunch about that. She's done a lot of research. And we're going to end out with going right back to the front page of the website. And I want to point out once again, the free meal for youth ages 1 through 18 is available next Monday from 3 to 5 at these locations. And it's for 7 meals and 7 snacks. Next week, we're going to go over some more homework help, and you can find it there, and then go to homework help. And we're going to go through a little bit more. We went through 6 today. Well, 7. Take that back, 7. And we're going to go over some more of the resources that are here for homework help. I'm going to click out now and go back to our main page and wrap up. All right, thanks.
All right, we were able to go over a lot more than I thought. We did ABC Mouse with it, which is really for the little ones. Remember, you have to be in the library to have access to that resource. But we went to high school databases, we went to middle school, and of course we plugged Homework Help Now, which is K through adult. You still have time to sign up for the adult learning classes that we have for the Adult Learning Center. If you have any questions about any of the things that we covered today or the classes that we're going to do virtually, just give us an email at alc@cincinnatilibrary.org. We are going to next Thursday dive into even more of our 21 resources for homework help, and I hope you join us next week for Lunch and Learn. Thank you very much and have a great weekend.